Hello, everybody. It's Lori, and I hope you're having a good day today. If you're watching live, hello, welcome. If you're watching on the replay on my website, thank you very much. It'll be here forever, so you can always check it out. Um, if you don't know me, my name's Lori Tom, and I'm a wife, mom, teacher, and writer. And my mission is to spread writing love like butter on bread. And I do this with fun writing invitations. I teach family of writing classes. And my goal is to make writing just a joyful experience for parents and kids and do it in a way that fits into busy schedules. So if you, I'm going to go to another slide here. There it is. I blog every Tuesday on my website, which is lorit.com, and I send out a monthly newsletter on the last Tuesday of every month. And I go live the second Thursday of every month. Of course, this is the third Thursday, but we had January in there and I was skiing, so I didn't go live. So I also will post book review haikus, which are really short book reviews of books that I've loved that I've read in the last month, and those will go up the third Thursday, so that when I'm done with this, I'll put one up for you guys. So that's just where you can find me. What I want to talk about today is how I do my one little word journal. Everyone choosing one little word for the year is kind of the rage right now. And I think it's been for a while, but I've sure seen a lot more posts about it. And what I want to share with you is how I do my journal. And I have done one little words for 8 years. And it's a process that I just really, really love. Some years it seems to be much more of a part of my life than others, but that word is just kind of always lingering there. And I'm always really amazed by just, synchronistic or God moments of links to my word throughout my year. And I almost feel like my word kind of finds me. I start thinking about it in December. Okay, this year, what word am I going to do? And it's just a great experience. And I keep on doing it. I'll tell you what my words have been for the last 7 years. I've had nourish, rest, notice, compassion, intentional, enough, and release. And in all of those years but one, I've signed up for a course from Allie Edwards. I think I've got a link to her right there. I've signed up for a course through her website. She's like this scrapbooker on steroids. I mean, she's amazing. I am not a scrapbooker at all, but what she does is she sends these prompts to my inbox on the first of every month. And it just kind of triggers me to think about intentionally what I want to do with my word. And last year, I decided, okay, it's like $24, $27 or whatever. Last year, I decided I don't need to do this again. I can just look at my other journals for all the prompts. But I didn't do that much with my word last year. So anyway, I signed up again for her class, and it's worth it to me. You can get all these digital download things and everything like that. But I love it. And, she says on her site, you can do whatever you want with this. It doesn't matter. You don't have to do everything. You can make it as big or as small as you want. So let me go through. Let me go through my journal. I'll show you. You see a picture of it, but this is the size of it. It's like a half sheet of 8.5 by 11. And I'm going to go through exactly how I've set up my journal. For me, it's much more manageable. This is a Tool journal, TUL. I get it at Office Depot. And by the way, I did a long blog post on all of this this past Tuesday, so it's up on my site if you want to see just a little bit more detail. This is going to be pretty brief. And I see that there are 2 viewers here. I'm trying to see who it might be. Whoever it is, I know you're fabulous. Anyway, I've got to figure out how to see who's here. But anyway, okay, so that's what it looks like. So in the inside, what I did is I purchased, and I'll put the link up again. Erin Condren, she's like, this planner person. Planners turn me on, as I know they do for a lot of you. But these are just monthly tabs that have adhesives. So the way the one little word journal works is you just kind of do a prompt every month. And by the way, you guys, you could do something as simple as, how is my word revealing itself to me this month? You could do the same prompt every month. This does not need to be a big deal. But that's how I did dividers on mine. I'm going to close the link off there. Then what I did is I used a little puncher, just a puncher, and I cut out hearts for some kind of design, some kind of artful, divider page for each of the months. And at first what I did is I had one star plopped in the center, one heart plopped in the center of every single page. And I'm like, that's boring. And then, I'd already glued them in. So I'm like, okay, I got to think of this new thing on the fly, that's what a lot of art is, by the way. Anyway, so what I decided to do was I just did the number of hearts for the number of the month. So this is obviously March, and January, February, March, that's April, and so on and so forth. At the back of this journal, there's this little, you can buy this as an addition. It's just a little pocket thing. And, as I get postcards or whatever loose paper that I want, I can stick them in there. And that's really nice for these journals. The other really appealing thing about these tool things is they're made so the pages, let me just get to one that I can take out super easily. They're made so these pages just can go, oops. Okay, I got to figure it in and out really easily. And I love journals like that because when I mess up, it's not a mess up. Or I can let go of my perfectionist self and just let it be. But I love journals where I can remove pages, especially that deals with the issue of I never complete a journal. Well, if you can take all the pages out till the ones you finished, then you have completed it. All right, so in the back of mine, I just have extra paper. With these tool journals, you can get graph paper. I think you can get plain paper. I have a special hole puncher that I purchased, so I can take any paper that I have and add it into my journal. So what I'm doing this year, instead of spending more money on their filler paper, I'm just trimming with my paper cutter, regular copy paper, and punching it. The hole puncher, I think, is like 30 something bucks. $40 something. I don't know, but I love it enough. And these journals turn me on. So there you go. All right. So these are basically the supplies I use. You can see that puncher, a glue stick, and then I do something called community paper. And this is left over from my teaching days. I've always got like a bag of it hanging around. And basically what this is what I made the little hearts out of. Basically what this is, I want to get a good piece to show you. It is construction paper that I just watercolored or slapped paint on. Just like the regular paints that you would get from elementary school, whatever tempera paints you have. And I just put them in designs like stripes, crisscrosses, mixed colors. I might throw some glitter on the page. I do like 20 of these at a time. I let them all dry, and then I cut them up into pieces that I can put in a bag, as so. And then I have them on hand when I want fun paper. This kind of art mimics the art that's in Eric Carle picture books, like The Very Hungry Caterpillar would be an example of that. And we used to do, we would have bins of this in my classroom, and it just always gave us really cool paper to use. And there's the bag that I have. And then I just have a bin, with the supplies I want, and I keep it really simple. I mean, I've got scissors, fun paper. I mean, you could get fun origami paper. You could just get scrapbooking paper. I just like the homemade look of this, and glue sticks, and that's about it. In whatever markers you like. I mean, don't even get me started on all the markers I love. All right. So let's see. I'm going to skip ahead here. Oh, yeah. Got to go back. Okay. You might have seen what my word is. All right. Now, I'm a little nervous to talk to you about my word of the year this year because my word is a little feisty. My mom is a little bit offended by this word because it has a cuss word in it. But I'm just going to own it because I love the new definition of this word, and it's the person I want to be. So, okay, here's the big reveal. My word for 2019 is badass. Okay, I said it. I'm a teacher, I teach children, and I just said badass. But the definition that I'm going with, and the one that it's kind of the urban definition, it's not the old definition of it, but basically, it is someone who does what she says she's going to do, and she's not going to whine about it. She's not going to make a big fanfare about it. Like, for example, going live on Facebook and telling everyone that she's going to be a badass for the year. The first rule of being a badass is you don't say you're a badass. Anyway, I read that, so it must be true. Anyway, there are just some health goals that I have, some writing goals that I have, just personal goals of, when I say to my daughter, I'm going to back off of you, I need to follow through on that. So anyway, that's where I'm headed with this word. And, there are a lot of people in my life whom I admire who, for example, might be battling cancer or all these other things, and they're total badasses about it. And they're people who love Jesus and do it wonderfully with a lot of class. So I want to be like those people. That's why I chose it, or it chose me. I don't know. I was kind of leaning at first toward convicted and determined, but that just felt like I was going to white knuckle it through the year, and I don't need to be white knuckling it. So anyway, a little bit of personal stuff, but that is the reason I chose this word this year. So you can see there the big reveal of what my word is, badass. And I just put a picture on that first page. That's me hiking in the Grand Canyon. And it's a view of my ass. So that was my little crack myself up moment too. But I felt like a badass there because you got to be a little tough down there. So, and I was at a pretty healthy weight then. And so I just want to be that person who is me a lot of the time, but not all the time. All right. So one of the things I'm just kind of showing you what I did for the first month of this. And as you can see, just by the art part first, this is not like super duper fancy here. I downloaded Ali Edwards' kind of define thing. So I could get that. The writing you see is mine. It doesn't really matter that you see what I wrote. I just want you to see how the journal's laid out. And this is regular copy paper. Also, these are just the scraps left over, that little heart outline. Those are the scraps left over from the hearts that I made for the monthly dividers. So anyway, that's what I decided I was doing. Slap it in, simple. So you start out by defining your word. And I just Googled around. Of course, I found the traditional definitions for badass, which is not the person I want to be. I don't want to be obnoxious. And okay, not most of the time. All right. Then I said the reason why. Why did I choose this word? And then what am I going to let go of this year? I think whining was probably at the top of my list. Anyway, it's a good process to go through and think of those things. Then what do I want to invite into my life this year in relationship to my word? And some quotes. Okay, I love these quotes. I will end with these quotes, but it's fun to Google on the old internet and find some quotes about your word, find some poems, and you'll run across these, throughout the year if you do this. And then this is really nice. Just looking through your words lens, what do you want in the year ahead? And, currently, what do you want more or less of? What do you want for the year? And what are you excited about? It also includes what are you scared of with this word? So anyway, I love that process. All right. So on my blog, I did a post on this and I said my word, my 2019 word is blankety blankety blank. But anyway, it's there on my blog. I posted on Tuesday, which would have been the 15th of January. So I'm going to go back to my quotes. I'm going to open up my journal and go to the page. But I hope that in the comments, on this live or in the comments on my website that you guys would include your words. I would love to have a little list of those. If you have any questions, I have examples of my other journals and just tips for it that I've used. But I want to end with some quotes. So these are the ones I found. I thought these were really cute. So quotes that made me think of badasses. Sunshine mixed with a little hurricane. Ooh, that's good. Today's forecast, 100% chance of being a badass. And then this is by someone named Joshua J. Marine, and I'll read his quote. Challenges are what makes life interesting, and overcoming them is what makes life meaningful. So I like that one. And then finally, because I begin every day with a nice cup of coffee, I love it when the coffee kicks in and I realize what an adorable badass I'm going to be today. So I got a lot of things to do today. One of them, I'm supposed to turn in about 10 pages on the book I'm writing tomorrow, 10 to 20, and I've got about 3 right now. So I got to get busy here, do what I say I'm going to do. All right, that's really it. If you have not yet, please subscribe to my newsletter at loriT.com. It just comes out once a month. You can find me on Facebook. I have a writer's page, which is at Spreading Writing Love. I am also on Instagram at Lori_stories. I'm not on Facebook and Instagram that much. Everything for me is pretty much on my website. So anyway, I hope you guys have a super duper badass day. Bye, you guys. Now, this is the part where it's going to take a while to end the broadcast, and I have to stay smiling and cute. Bye-bye. See, this part right here, right here. Okay, end live broadcast.